Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but also how we're going to fix it together. And the content that I'm going to show you tonight is something that I thought was incredibly powerful, very concise, and effectual, offered by Vivek Ramaswamy around gun control versus preventing mass shootings. Now, the big thing that I want to throw out there, I don't endorse any candidates, but I do want to say, why do I not hear this level of answer from every single candidate on the Republican side? Pick your favorite, pick your poison. Doesn't matter to me. I want to know why I don't hear this level of specificity. And that's what we're about to break down. Everything will be linked in the description box below. I can't wait to hear what you guys think. And of course, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on. All right, once again, this is not an endorsement not an endorsement or an endorsement. This is just legitimately, I want to know why other candidates on the Republican supposedly pro-2A side don't sound like this a whole lot more often. Because I'm about to show you some clips from Vivek Ramaswamy, and the way that he articulates his point but still shuts down gun control is extremely effective. Again, pick your candidate, that's the thing, just make sure you vote. But listen to this. I want to hear more of this because I think that's important.
Call gun violence already psychological sickness in the country. How would you approach it if elected president?
I didn't call gun violence. I call what's happening across the country a deeper psychological sickness. We have a mental health epidemic in this country, and violence is just one symptom of it.
Well, how do you approach it? How do you approach gun violence?
We'll deal with the mental health epidemic. Get to the root cause. It's not just gun violence. Violence of many kinds is up across this country. We have to address that mental health epidemic.
But
in the schools,
not all gun violence is promoted by mental health.
Most of the mass violence, actually, and most of the mass shootings, I would attribute to a failure of the mental health epidemic in this country.
Just a little note for the guy who is trying to make cover for gun control, because that's what the interviewer is doing. I've got clips that I could play consistently of senators on both sides of the aisle saying we all know it's mental health. So the whole it could not be mental health thing is out the window. Stop it. I can play clips all day long. Let's just put that one in the book. Mental health, check. Anyway, the other thing that he says here is he's going towards a root problem. This is important when you're looking at the problem that we have, the dynamic that we have, where we have a Second Amendment right, but we have obviously criminal behavior. Solve the problem by looking at the root cause of the problem. This is something that we say all the time on this channel, almost till I'm blue in the face, because I believe the exact same philosophy is appropriate. Look at the root cause of the problem, and you'll see all violence go down because you're addressing the root, not the symptom. That's something that's consistent and I think needs to be played out a lot more, particularly from all candidates on the Republican side, whether you're going for president or you're going for state house representative. I don't care. Pick your level, but that's important to note. Now, I want to throw something out there because the interviewer or the anchor, however you want to call it, he goes after gun control pretty hard here in this next segment, and the way that Vivek shoots it down has specificity that I didn't hear Nikki Haley say specifically. I didn't hear Donald Trump say specifically. Both of those people have said very high-level support of the Second Amendment, not specifics. And to his credit, Vivek just did, and I want to hear this from more people. Again, pick your poison, but check it out.
Supply have any issue part of that as part of the equation of the solution?
I think that's an infringement on the Second Amendment rights of Americans. That's not part of the solutions. You know what the right answer is? Instead of removing guns from law-abiding citizens, we need to remove psychiatrically ill and dangerous people from their communities and bring back those psychiatric institutions, those mental health institutions that were shuttered in the last 40 to 50 years in this country. That was the wrong move in the United States of America, and we have to stand for actual addressing that root cause. And then I would say making sure that another school shooting never happens again. Here's what we need to do. Put 3 armed security guards in every school across this country.
Any questions? Okay, so this goes back, and again, I'm not making this about me. I'm just saying it's something we discussed. This goes back to something that I said in a prior video where you've got 2 different levels of the problem, and you want to solve this. First, you do triage. You put guards in every single school to prevent anything from happening in the short term, and then the long term, you focus on the mental health issue, so you got a complete solution. You worry about the immediate bleeding, and then you worry about the long-term bleeding. You want to fix the problem, that's how you do it. You just had a presidential candidate say the exact same thing. Now again, I'm not endorsing anybody across this board. I want to make that very clear. But what I want to say is, why do we not hear that level of specificity from anyone enter your candidate here, whether it be Chris Christie or it be Trump or it be Haley or DeSantis. Why do you not hear this level of specificity going after a root cause and a major cause? And I'm going to put a video together with all of this. Let me know if you guys want me to do that, because I think it's a powerful point. We know the issue. Why are we ignoring it? Now, this last part, I particularly like, by the way, that he's like, nah, we're not taking guns. But the other part, this last part is something that I think is a good wrap up. Listen to this, because he's going back to the same thing that we've said on this channel. We've got all this money. Why are we not having an issue? Or why are we having an issue? Check it out.
I've said that I would shut down the federal Department of Education that's spending $80 billion of our taxpayer money that doesn't advance the interests of kids. For a tiny fraction of that, we could put 3 armed security guards in every school across this nation. And speaking both as a father of 2 sons myself, and yes, as our next president, we will get that done to protect our children in this country. So this is part of what we're going to need, is addressing the mental health epidemic, protecting our children, and standing for our actual values. That's how we're going to revive this country.
Okay. I'm not saying vote for him. I'm not saying don't vote for him. I'm just saying, in general, if you're talking about solving a problem while still protecting and enshrining your rights, that is the way that you do it. He just, in this 1-minute clip, or really 2-minute clip, I cut it up for you. You've got the short-term solution, get rid of the danger by putting guards in every single school. You've got the long-term solution, get back the mental health support that we had but we removed. And then you have the funding solution by removing something over here and taking that money with still savings towards that. Now, I'm not saying I agree with it or I don't agree with it. I'm just saying, like the funding part, I'm saying that's the solution you need to do. If you are a Republican candidate, why is that not everyone's tact? Not that exact same thing, but that level of specificity. I'll do a video again, let me know if you want me to, between Nikki Haley, Trump, and Vivek, just comparing and contrasting the broad statements versus the very specific that Vivek just did. I'll throw DeSantis in there, I'll throw Chris Christie, I don't care. But the point is, if you want to start solving a problem and you want to be able to fend off the gun controllers at the root of their issue, you go after the root of this problem because they stand on this to use one of their main points to further their propaganda. And that's what I've got for you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.